Good morning. Welcome to day 13 on the long trail. So last night it rained pretty heavily into the evening, and it rained steadily all night long, and we slept in and waited for the rain to stop. It's a little after 9:30 right now, and we're just getting on trail. No sense in hiking in the pouring rain when we knew it was going to stop, and it stopped now. It was just dripping from the trees. I'll be taking my rain jacket off as soon as that dripping part stops. Short day today, 11.2 miles to the Emily Proctor shelter. Looks to be quite challenging, and it'll be slippery and wet, so hopefully I won't fall too much, but we'll check in down the trail. I fear it's going to be a wet foot day, because after like 14 or 16 hours of steady rain, this is what happens to the trail. And yesterday it was pretty dry. I'm not gonna lie, hiking today so far has been almost miserable. The trail is just solid mud. You're sinking up to your ankles on every step. My feet are soaked. Callan somehow has one dry foot yet. I have no idea how, but that's not gonna last. This right here, this is not what I call fun, but we're gonna press on because that's what backpackers do. The trail is a stream today. This is going all the way down this hill. Been walking on river for like, I don't know, a quarter mile, and it keeps going. This is unexpected. We got rewarded with an awesome view from the top of the ski lift. Really nice. Well, we're taking our lunch break. The trail dried out a little bit. We came through that ski resort and it wasn't as muddy. Hoping it stays that way, but my feet are soaked anyways for the rest of the day, so it doesn't really matter. But we're gonna enjoy some lunch here and then get moving again. So we've been making a really slow pace because of conditions, and it's gonna take us a long time to get to our shelter. And then we see this. That's where we're headed, Emily Proctor shelter, and they said it's closed. It says you can tent there, but from what we read on Guthook, there's not a lot of tent spots, so we're not real happy about this. We just want to get to camp because we're soaking wet, but the sun's coming out. Maybe we'll dry a little bit. More rocks straight uphill. This has been our day. Just hour after hour of walking through this stuff. Not gonna lie, this is getting old. Like, I share a lot of the upside, but I gotta share some of the downside too. It's hard to describe how mentally draining it is to be constantly walking through water and mud hour after hour after hour. It's really wearing on both of us today. So I'm just gonna be honest with everybody and share all sides of this trip, but this sucks right now. Well, we made it to camp. Long and grueling day, and now Callan's here setting up his tent. My tent is set up, and we're about to cook some dinner, and we'll probably head right to bed. It's already after 6 o'clock. It was a long day to go 11.2 miles. That's all I gotta say. So I think I'm gonna sign off for tonight now. It was a tough day, and we're hoping tomorrow's gonna be better. Day 13 in the books. Good night, everybody. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 14. Just got done eating breakfast. Found a new breakfast I really like. It's Quest protein bars. I was eating a lot of those Kirkland ones from Costco, and those things don't hold a candle to the Quest bars. This morning I had cookies and cream and maple waffle, and they were outstanding. But as good as breakfast was, dinner was just as bad. I'm not going to mention the name of the company. It's a smaller brand, but I had this chicken gumbo. It was horrible. And I had hiker hunger, and when you have hiker hunger, you'll eat anything. If you brought me last night a stack of tree bark, I would have eaten it and been like, this is delicious. What is this, white pine? So sometimes it pays to test out those meals before you're out in the middle of nowhere and that's all you have to eat. But we're going to press on. We're going to be leaving in a little bit this morning and hoping for better conditions. The trail looks to be a little less steep than yesterday, and hopefully overnight we're thinking that the water might have drained off at least a little bit, and the forecast for the next few days looks good. I'll share a little bit of the morning routine with you guys too, and this is me putting Glide on my feet. I know when my feet get wet, I get a little hot spot between my big toe and my second toe, and I'll put a little bit right there as well, and a little bit on this pinky toe. But so far 140 plus miles, 0 blisters, and I attribute it to the Glide. I put that stuff on every single day when the conditions are going to be a little damp, and it works wonders. If you're not using Glide, I highly recommend it. I've seen a lot of people out here complaining about blisters, and none of them are using Glide. Well, the trail this morning clearly looks better than it did yesterday. It's dried up a lot. The stuff that was just mud pits yesterday is just soft mud. You can walk on it and not go up to your ankles in it. So that's nice. And sorry about my angry mood yesterday, but I did want to film some of that and show you guys that there are some downsides. It's all not unicorns and glitter out here when you're backpacking, especially in an area that can be rainy and muddy. But I think we're off to a better start today. I thought of one thing, as I didn't have any electrolytes yesterday, and for me personally, that can't affect my mood, so I might have been running a little bit low on salt also. But next 3-4 days look to be sunny and nice, so we're really excited about getting in some great hiking. That is moose droppings. We've seen about 10 piles in the last 50 yards and quite a few moose prints yesterday. So we're thinking there's got to be a moose in the area. Rewarded with a nice view this morning. One of the best views we've had so far on the trip. And thanks to Callan for taking us off a very short spur trail to find this. Man, check out how thick these woods are here. Kind of crazy. We are running into a lot of this today, where there's just trees down across the trail. I don't think they've been able to get through with maintenance here in quite some time, from what I've seen in this section anyways. So I had to flip my hat around because I had the bill of my hat down, and I walked into a tree that's just like this, like 5 feet over the trail at full speed, never saw it. And Callan said he had to hold me up to keep me from falling down, but it hurt. But so this is what happens when you try to go over this log and you slip off and you fall into this mud right here. Oh. Whoever built this section of the trail was not following protocol, because it's really nice. It weaves back and forth down the hill, nice and switched backy. They don't believe in switchbacks on the long trail, so how these got here, I don't know. I'm sure whoever built the switchbacks got in a lot of trouble when they found out back at home office. But we're enjoying it. Just had lunch. Pretty tasty. My favorite part of lunch is the Oreo cookies, of course. And now the trail has been a little drier and cruisier than we've seen in a couple of days, so we're happy about this. Maybe we'll actually be able to make some progress today, because the first part of the day we were averaging just over 1 mile an hour, because although it wasn't as wet, there were some major obstacles. We got stuck behind some rocky sections and some huge trees, and me falling in the water and or mud, that kind of stuff. So onward to the shelter. As much as I was showing the mud and water yesterday, today it's a pretty nice track these last few miles. Dry, not too rocky or rooty at all. Nice to hike on. So we're feeling a lot better today. So we're at that point in the hike where I just noticed for the last half hour, Callan's been talking about pretty much nothing but food. So that's when you know hiker hunker has kicked in, is when all talk turns to food. It's starting to get pretty rocky where these rock cairns are marking the trail. But we just got some fantastic news. So we are staying at the Bristol Inn tomorrow, and I checked my voicemail at the last time we had service a little while back, and they wanted us to move rooms because somebody wants our room. We asked for the cheapest room they had. It only had one bed, cheapest, smallest room they had, and we only wanted it for Wednesday. Well, apparently a guest wants it for the whole week, so they have offered to bump us up to their luxury suite at no charge. And that is excellent because it's got laundry, it's got a hot tub, and a kitchen, and we're just loving it now. So that was awesome news, and we can't wait till tomorrow night to get in there, and it's going to be great. So yesterday was really rough, and today things have turned around. Trail's getting a little nuts up this hill here. All right, quick wrap up on day 14. We are at camp. We did, I think, 12.4 today. It was a nice day, way better than yesterday. The trail was a lot drier. It was pretty steep hiking today, but overall it wasn't bad. Having it be drier was a big help. My shoes are almost completely dry now, and so by morning they should be good to go. So tomorrow is 9.7 out to Appalachian Gap. We're gonna get picked up. We're going into Bristol, into town, and staying at whatever fancy suite we have now based on them giving us the free upgrade. Spirits are high. And I'm going to sign off for tonight, and we'll see you all later.